you bought me and I did what I did for my clients, for your customers in other countries, your business would be 3 to 5 times bigger. And within 36 months deploying what I built, you guys would be worth several billions of dollars more. How was I going to position myself that no one could ever do that to me again? And that set me on the journey where I'm in front of you guys today. I was never in the social media game. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even have it. Maybe I had like 8 followers or something. And it took a while for her to get me to listen to the 10X rule. Once I heard the 10X rule, I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Because just like if you're a piano tuner and you go listen to a tuned piano, you can tell if the person that tuned it knew what they were doing or didn't. Would you agree? Especially if you're world class. And so I knew what I was supposed to be listening for, and he just kept hitting the button, hitting the button, hitting the button. I'm like, this guy knows what he's talking about. And he's got a huge audience. Let's go check out and see if this is the real deal. And so that's how we got in front of Grant and Elena Cardone. And then I went to the 2019 event and met all you amazing people. And I'm like, man, so many great people here. And they all fit within the research that I had been doing for all those years, looking and talking to business owners and looking at marketplaces and looking at convergence and disruption. There was another disruption that we looked at, and that was Hollywood video, blockbuster video. Banging heads on every single corner. And Mark Waddles and I sat on a board together. And he was the CEO and founder of Hollywood. All of a sudden, you get Redbox and you get Netflix shipping CDs. Nobody wants CDs at their house. Nobody wants to have to package them back up and send them back. Nobody wants CDs. Nobody wants to. There's not enough movies, enough releases in the Redbox. People are going to get frustrated. They're going to want to go to the big store and touch it and feel it and grab it. We have all the releases. 36 months later, irrelevant. Netflix started streaming. Every one of those beautiful buildings all across the country are now dental offices and chiropractic offices because they're in great locations, wiped out overnight. That is a true disruption. And so when you look at test cases and you look at all this stuff, you start to understand the psychology of being an entrepreneur. Now my focus is business owners between startup and 125 million, although we go to $1 billion. I've taken it to $4 billion, but my expertise stops at about $1 billion. In fact, the company that acquired us paid me 77 times EBITDA, $150 million to do what I did with our owners for their customers. That's how I sold the business. If you bought me and I did what I did for my clients, for your customers in other countries, your business would be 3 to 5 times bigger. And within 36 months deploying what I built, you guys would be worth several billions of dollars more, and I want 10%. That's how I pitched my deal. My banker said there's no one that's gonna even look at this. It's ridiculous because you're a $35 million company doing $2.5 million. I said, I'm not selling what I'm doing. I'm selling what I'm gonna do with them. We made 8 presentations using the same reversing of businesses that I've been doing with our research, because I think that's very important to understand what drives them. And then when I made my presentation, I said, here's how we're going to re-engineer your business. Here's how you're going to grow. Here's what it means in dollars. I want 10% of it. And I had 8 presentations over a year. I had 8 bidders that we ran down to a horse race between 2 of them, and I closed on that business. Their stock was trading at $17.80 for 3 years. Within 36 months, the stock was $94. We added $4 billion in value to it. Rolled out in 8 countries in 36 months. That was my test for the systems. And it was beautiful watching it happen in countries they told me it couldn't. Nobody in Denmark is going to be motivated enough to do it. Boom, number 1. Nobody in Italy, they like their cigarette breaks and their coffee. They're never going to do it. Boom, number 3. French, so you can't change the French. They're not going to happen. Boom, number 8. So all of a sudden, these countries, they said can't do it. When the board asked me, how you doing it? I'm showing them pictures of my dining room in my house in Washington State. I had a table that was lined with 130 Chinese delegates having dinner in my living room. And I'd show the board these pictures. And they would see Italians and Chinese, and they're like, they came to you? I'm like, yeah, but you told me not to, you didn't want me to waste my time going to those countries until we got the US stuff worked, so I had them all come to me. That's how come they're doing so well. They get to see it. Because the most important thing is understanding the laws. The laws are like gravity. So here's a law. 80% of people won't believe it until they see it.